Solana ETF applications. Last September, October, and autumn of 2023, I wasn't a big believer in Solana. Actually, I despised the project. I thought the whole thing was a scam. It was labeled as the SBF token, the FTX token. All you heard on Twitter and X and everywhere was that people are processing millions of transactions on the blockchain per day that are fraudulent and felt like rife with criminal activity. My personal opinion is that at the time, a lot was going on, and it was really easy to get caught up on that. I actually called a friend of mine that I talked to every day about cryptocurrency and said to him, listen, I know that you really believe in this project. You hold a good amount of Solana, but I think that is probably the good time to get out of that project and sell everything you have, jump ship. Luckily, in late September, early October, I stumbled onto an article in my newsfeed about Solana and how Visa was actually beginning to pilot a program with them on the blockchain where they settled stable token transactions on the Solana blockchain. So I thought to myself, if Visa can trust them, it might be a trustworthy project. So what I decided to do was do a bit more research into the blockchain, Rust, the network that they use to code it, and dynamic DCA. Regular DCAing, dollar cost averaging. Let's start with that first. As where you take a certain amount, let's say you make $1,000 per week, and you take $50 set amount every week and buy Bitcoin. In my opinion, dynamic DCAing, dynamic dollar cost averaging, is when you take a larger amount when you see a project that you really like. Like I saw Solana and I took a larger portions of my salary at the time, and I said I'm gonna really go heavy into this project because if Visa is piloting stablecoin transactions with them, there must be something to it. So here we are. It paid off. The moral of the story is that sometimes you have to be able to decipher in the cryptocurrency world between noise and what's real. And all of us at some point in our crypto journeys, and it's gonna happen even to people that I wouldn't say I'm a veteran in the sense that I've only really been in this space. I was kind of in and out from 2018, 2019, 2020, really got deep into it 2021, 2022, and you're gonna get burned. You're gonna send things to a wrong wallet because it has a wrong number or a wrong letter. You're gonna invest into projects occasionally that are really bad. But in my opinion, one thing you should always do is when you do your own research specifically, always look at projects that have a strong community and that have been around for a bit. And again, like I said in the previous video, projects that are in the CoinGecko, the CoinMarketCap top 100 list, because those are projects that are usually pretty legit. But again, back to the moral of the story is do your own research into projects, and sometimes you're gonna have to take a bit of a risk. Obviously, I'm not gonna say go total degen and start buying things in this Solana blockchain and remain that you see left and right, because I don't do that. I know friends that do that, and at least to my knowledge, they've lost basically all of their money. Thankfully, they've only invested like $200 or $300 and $2 here, $2 there. But that's basically a casino. However, if you want to do that, you might be able to get lucky. But yeah, you have, like, for example, you have the bonks on the Solana blockchain, the Pepes and the Shiba Inus that go wild, right? And create millionaires and sometimes billionaires. Seemingly overnight, not really, but seemingly overnight. These people that usually they're trained veterans that have done it, been around the block for a bit. Like the one guy that made $5 billion in Shiba Inu, he had been a Bitcoin veteran for a bit, and he read the wolf paper for Shiba Inu. And that's why he got into that's why he invested $8,000 at the time. But generally speaking, you just have to understand that my Solana story, because now lots of money invested in it. I'm not going to say an amount, but I made a lot, hundreds of X's, and probably going to be thousands of X's by the time this bull run ends. And with the Solana ETF, who knows how high I can go. I will start making predictions, but I'm not going to make predictions now. Nope. You guys are going to have to wait. I never predict things. Even whenever I started writing articles, and doing talks at universities and a TEDx talk. TEDx talk is one of my first videos I posted on this channel if you're interested. But I don't like to predict things more than 2 months out, because you can and you will most likely be wrong. If you can predict things within 2 months, not much can change. Yeah, you might have a black swan event, but what are the chances that, just let's say for example, a country invades another country in the next 2 months? Very small, and you can always factor that in. You can kind of see it coming. Like with the war, we saw things coming. We saw like instances that things were happening, and we're like, okay, this could happen. This can affect markets a certain way. But for my Solana story, I just want to say that I think that everybody should do their own research, and you should take risk, learn to gamble. You're gonna get burned. Just don't invest more than you're willing to lose. And with that, I want to say upwards and onwards.